Good morning, Val community. How you doing? It's David Michael. Sorry, cheers, everyone. It's very frosty Tuesday morning up here in Canada. I've gotten a chance to go some thrift store shopping, and I got my first VCLT. How's that? Which I'll show at the end, which made me very excited. So I'll show that at the end, and I guess the reason why I tell you it's frosty in Canada is the thrift store shopping is there's not a lot of people cleaning out their garages and cleaning out their basements and donating stuff. So as you might know if you're a thrift store shopper, that usually winter time is kind of not the best, and you really kind of have to look around to find anything worthwhile. And then come springtime, it picks up a lot as people start their spring cleaning, obviously. So I got some stuff. I got some okay stuff, and I'll show you that right now. And then I only got one new album that I'll show you. And then, like I said, I'll show you the VCLT I got. So I'll get right to it. I got a copy of Mamas and Papas Deliver. I don't even know if I need to add comment to this. I'm quite fond of the Mamas and Papas. Back from when I was a kid, and there was a kind of a famous Mamas and Papas documentary that was all over satellite TV, or if you're in the States, it was on your cable, but we used to get it on satellite. Having no prior knowledge of who they were, this Mamas and Papa documentary would be on either HBO or Showtime that we used to get here in Canada on satellite. And then I loved them ever since. So this is a Mamas and Papas album I did not have. So I got a copy of Deliver. Copy of James Taylor's Sweet Baby James. There you go. How about I hold it right for you? This is a very nice, I don't know, some people like to call this olive brown. I don't know, it looks olive to me, but it's close to an original copy on Warner. Like I said, right now is when I show you some of the albums that I picked up from thrift stores, they're not albums typically that I would normally pick up, but like sometimes I need to justify the gas I'm spending driving around, and it's also they're $1, but also it's a good chance to experiment and try things you might not have tried before, because there's no real kind of awesome titles, generally speaking, at thrift stores right now. So it's a good opportunity for your $1 to step outside your comfort zone, which is always the good thing about vinyl hunting. So instead of scooping up all the well-known stuff that plays well on videos, I guess, or stuff guys know what I'm talking about, the Pink Floyds and the Beatles and stuff like that. It's a good chance to pick up things that like I said, normally I might not pick up, but for $1 it's worth a spin, I guess. So after that totally unnecessary diatribe, Ohio Players Fire. Yeah, I don't even know there's much more to say about this. What a great album this is. It's an original Mercury pressing. I think it's a promo as it's punched here. But Ohio Players Fire I got a copy of. Last Friday, I tried a different thrift store, which is way across the other side of my city, and I got a couple of nice finds. JeanLuc Ponte individual choice. This is one of those things I wouldn't normally pick up, but I am vaguely aware of what he does and who he is. And there's some good players on this album, so I thought I would give it a try, and I'm glad I did. It's a really good, I don't know, progressive, well, I mean, it's progressive rock, it's prog, I guess. A lot of people kind of lump it into that. But it's all instrumental, obviously. His electric violin. But yeah, I was surprised I liked this album. So once again, that's something I wouldn't normally pick up, and I did. And I'm glad I did for that $1. I showed this off on the YouTube vinyl community that I'm on Facebook, but I got an insanely nice copy of GI Blues by Elvis Presley. As you can see, it was $1. I haven't taken the price tag off yet. I see Elvis titles all the time at thrift stores, as you probably do, but has the original inner sleeve. But the album itself, I'm not sure if the camera will pick it up or not. It is absolutely, it's an original mono pressing, or very, very, very early 1960 pressing. It's absolutely spotless. Not a mark was on it. I'm not the biggest Elvis collector. I do pick them up when I can. I know there's people on YouTube that I follow, like Liam and Craig, and they are active Elvis collectors. I am not one of them, but I will pick them up when I see them. So that was a really wonderful find, an original mono copy of GI Blues. So it's horribly rude to put the sleeves back on camera, isn't it? I should just put them aside. Sorry about that. That same trip I found Elvis and JeanLuc Ponte. I found a copy of The Greatest of Stan Getz on Roost Records. And I was going to pass on this. You wouldn't know it now. I've gotten quite adept at cleaning records and covers. This was just black, and the cut in the back was just black, and it stunk like gas. The record itself was horrible condition, and I got it home and I put some elbow grease into it, and I cleaned the cover. Looks nice now. Got the stink out, and I got the 40 years of dust off of it, and it plays like a dream. That was probably one of my better repair jobs I've ever done. So a nice copy of The Greatest of Stan Getz to add to my collection once I've spent an hour or two cleaning it up. Now this one I picked up at a thrift store outside of my city, and a lot of times things look interesting. Actually, yeah. So sometimes things look interesting, and you guys know you have to go by the label. You have to sometimes go by Discogs on your phone to figure out if it's something worth picking up. And this was on Janus Records, which is not solely, but they had a lot of really good progressive rock on their label. Sorry, one second. So I looked on Discogs, and for the genre of music, I believe it had rock, funk, prog. So I'm thinking, okay, I might be onto something really good here. Band's called Illustration, and it's an original Canadian pressing, but it's not progressive rock at all, which doesn't make it bad. It wasn't what I was expecting. It's a funk album, and I don't know who on earth would add the word progressive rock to the description in Discogs, but I might have to go in and see if I can edit that for people, because I mean, I guess there's certain elements of prog, but it's definitely it's an all-out kind of upbeat funk album. So whether it's prog or not, I quite liked it for what it is. So I got that Illustration. I picked these up yesterday. These are both blind buys. I did some quick research on my phone to see what it was. This is Latin funk, and I'm playing it now, and it's quite a nice listen. The Fania All Stars. And the thing that sold me on it, I think I listened to a quick sound sample on YouTube when I was at the thrift store, but it takes away the element of surprise. But Steve Winwood is on it. So I'm looking at the instrumentation, and and there's tamales and bongos and flute and percussion, and then there's Steve Winwood playing guitar. So I thought, I gotta try this for $1. And you're listening to it now, and it's a pretty cool, very Latin funk album, instrumental. And I don't know where Steve Winwood fits in here, but he does apparently, but you can't necessarily pick him out. But it's a fun album, the Fania All Stars. And I got a couple more things. I'll try to hurry this up. Ronnie Griffith. I found this yesterday, and the cover is not indicative of what it is. What a horrible cover that is. But it's on Vanguard. So I was thinking Vanguard, you know, most people know them as a kind of a folk roots kind of label. That's what I think of them anyways, primarily. This is an all-out 80s, early 80s electro album with all instruments done by Bobby O. If you're up on your early 80s electro, Bobby O was one of 2 or 3 big name producers and big name electro players. He arranged this album. Apparently she's a Montreal singer. I've not done a whole lot of work, research on her, but I love that old analog 80s synth sound, and this is dripping in it, and I loved it. So that was a hell of a nice find. But the fact that it's on Vanguard threw me for a loop, much like the illustration did on Janice. So lesson learned, don't always judge the record by the label it's on. So that was that one. The only new album I got this week was a copy of, I'm a huge Yes fan. I got a copy of Yes, Open Your Eyes, which is a much maligned Yes album. It kind of divides people right down the middle. And in fact, I think the line that of people that hate it, it's this big, and the people who like it are this big. It's a lesser Yes album. I don't think anyone can dispute that. But within every Yes album, I still find little elements that I love, and I did on this one. But I wasn't going to pay the full price for this. It's a double red vinyl. I wasn't going to pay the $40 that it took to kind of own this. And then it popped up on the Amazon clearance. They had one copy left for $17-18, and that was good enough for me to add to the Yes collection, so I got that. My VCLT. All right. I got an envelope yesterday, and it kind of happened at a time when I kind of really needed to pick me up. I was I'm in doctors or hospital all day this week for little bits of time, but it's not the funnest thing ever to get poked and prodded every day, and I have to be there in a few hours. And when I got home yesterday from the hospital, this was waiting for me, and it's a package from DJ Trish. I'm going to show you her card / sticker. Hopefully you can see that. You can see her on YouTube at YouTube/users/DJ Trish. I hope you can see that. So I got 2 wonderful mix CDs, and the good thing about mix CDs, it's generally things you would never listen to yourself, and it's years ago. I mean, when we do mixed cassette tapes or mix CDs, I guess after the mixtape thing, you know, it was such a wonderful way of discovering new music that you wouldn't, like I said, like kind of like the records I was talking about, things you wouldn't try on your own. But the thing with mixed CDs is that you pop them in your car and you drive around, and you discover wonderful things. So what I got 2 CDs from Trish. I got a Christmas CD filled with wonderful Christmas music. Some of it I'm aware of, and some of it I'm not. So obviously I'm really interested to hear the stuff that I've not heard before. So this is Christmas Groove 2016. Thank you for that, Trish. And it is what it is. What a great name. Various, like I said, mixed CD. Like I said, some things I know and some things I don't. Some UB40 and Small Faces and Todd Rundgren and Utopia, but there's a lot like Bombay Royale. I don't know that. I will, you know, there's a Herb Alpert song I'm not familiar with. Some Miles Davis, Sam Cooke. Wonderful mix CD. So like I said, a lot of it I don't know or I don't remember. And then I got a nice card from Trish that I'll keep to myself, but from New Jersey, from the Jersey Shore. So that was my VCLT I got from Trish yesterday. So a lot of you might know her channel. If not, you might want to give her a check her out. Sorry. You can kind of see her address right there. It's pretty simple. YouTube/users. Facebook.com/DJ Trish. So thank you for that. That was really nice. Like I said, it was a nice pick-me-up when I needed it. So I wish I was more adept at doing VCLTs. It's one of those things where you kind of have to know people's addresses, and you know, I've always kind of suggested that, you know, whoever's interested, we do this pool, and we'll pool all of our addresses with one person who's kind of impartial. And if you needed someone's address to send them a VCLT, they might be in, you know, they might have your address. You know, it's never quite worked out over the years when I've tried to do something like that. So, but yeah. So thank you again. If you're watching this video, I've gotten a lot of new subscribers lately. And I can't say I keep track of numbers per se, but I get the emails that someone's subscribed to me. Someone's been watching it, and it's wonderful. Thank you. If anyone's watching my videos, whether you're giving it thumbs up or thumbs down, and don't do that either. No, it hurts my feelings. It's fine. Thank you. That's all I can say is, you know, and there's a lot of other wonderful vinyl haul videos out there, or vinyl find videos out there. So explore those as well. So like I always say, I've been having some good times watching your videos. And cheers, everyone. So thank you once again for watching. We'll probably see you next week. Hopefully I'll have some more good finds this week. And everyone else, take care. Thanks a lot.